What's up, everyone? Daddy Warbucks here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of the Rime of the Frostmaiden. Karis is the DM through the series, so Karis, why don't you go ahead and catch us up to speed?
Oh. We begin tonight on the icy crown of a great fortress, on a mist-shrouded island in the sea of moving ice. Our adventure capitalists are here in search of a book, the Codicil of White. Within this book can be found a spell or ritual sought by our current patron, Valin Harpel, of the Long Saddle Harpels, of course. One that can carve a passage through the Reged Glacier to a lost Netherese city. These mighty heroes are known in 10 towns for clearing monsters from the mines of Tourmaline, conquering a Nautiloid's airship, and defeating a dragon attacking Dugan's Hole. Clearly, these are worthy folk to entice with the prospect of magic beyond our wildest dreams. Having arrived at the island in our last session, our heroes made a beeline directly to the frost giant fortress in the center. Observed by Uriel the Frostmaiden, they have cleared the upper levels to the battlement, arriving just in time to see a giant bird flying away through the sky, trailing a river of light. A huge nest dominates the center of the roof. Tully says that his ghost detected a glimmer of magic within. Belen stands looking after the bird, a speculative look on her face, as I move you to the Grimskull map. And what are the rest of you doing?
Uh, well, uh, there's an egg. Was that there before?
Was in the description, it was not on the map.
Tarly's
Need to
will
figure out how to make that
climb
stop
into the
stuttering.
nest,
Thank you for the
start
resub, Chuz.
rummaging around
Appreciate
for the
that very
magic
much.
item that was sensed by his ghost.
All right, well, so digging through this nest, there's all sorts of stuff, covered with bird droppings and little bits of feathers and twigs and all sorts of stuff. And as you dig your way through, you know where you're going because you saw it through the eyes of your ghost. Digging past a carved harp and past, some jewelry there, you dig down to a wooden sea chest that is sealed with a very heavy padlock.
Okay, I'll ask for some help to just drag it out of the nest so that we can get to it a little more easily.
I'll climb in and help him drag it out, or just pick it up and move it. 50, dude. 50 months. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the continued support. And aren't you supposed to be playing a game right now?
Okay, so you've dug out this large chest.
Hey, Andwise, do you want to?
Chest. It's a sea chest, fairly well carved, very, very sturdy, and that heavy padlock looks very, very sturdy too.
How about we have a bit of a poke around, see if there's anything more valuable in there besides whatever's magical in here, and then we take the chest downstairs. That way, if there's any trouble with it and it takes us any length of time, we can at least have the cover of the building in case that egg's mother comes back.
Okay. And what is your mage hand doing, Andwise?
Oh, I'm just getting it out there for later.
Okay. Okay. So digging through, you find the carved harp. Don't know where I got map from that. Anyways, there's various pieces of jewelry. One particularly fine one has an electrum chain with a bloodstone pendant on it. a few other just, sort of nice trinket sort of things. You're going to gather them all up, or
Yeah,
are you going to take the egg?
I don't see any reason to.
Well, I mean, obviously we eat it. Food is scarce enough in the Dales, and an egg of that size, it could keep us nourished for many days.
It is 5 feet tall and 150 pounds. That's a lot of egg.
That is a lot of egg. I happen to like eggs quite a bit, actually.
It has been a while
Let's
since
for a
I've had
10
any
day on
eggs.
this one.
Ooh, yeah. So I'm gonna grab the egg and kind of hoist it up on my shoulder, and
Okay.
if no one else is determined to take it, I will, because in my tribe, we would often take eggs from some of the local fauna and combine it with our salted fish. And there is nothing better to start off the day with than a salted fish omelet with a side of ale.
Yep, definitely.
Yep, salty and
Are you
salty.
guys-
It's the best.
Are you guys going
Sounds-
to take the harp and the jewelry and stuff too?
Sacrifinagus,
Yeah,
thank you for
gather
the
it all.
resub, man. Appreciate that.
Okay.
35 months. You're
I
trying to
asked
come
some
up
of the
for Dark
stronger
Mage's streak,
people
huh?
to
I think he's
help
number
with the
one,
chest,
and then you're like
since
2 or
I'm probably
3.
nowhere near strong enough to drag it down the stairs.
Now let me sort of gather you guys together here.
I need to figure out why the hell that's
So you're gonna
stuttering.
go. Let's see.
It's pissing me off.
Yeah. Let's take you down 1 level if I can find where 1 level is. Here's 1 level. Are you gonna stop here? This is the level that had the bed chamber on it, and it had the place with the icicles.
Yeah, this seems good.
Okay.
All right, Andwise, I'm sure this is your area of expertise.
What is he trying to open
Yeah,
it?
I'd like to pick that lock.
All right. Give me a skill check with your lockpicks.
Isn't that just sleight of hand?
That's
Nope.
thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
Yeah, you would have to custom add it. Are-
And if it prompts you for stat, use Dex, please.
Well, do you have expertise in sleight of hand and thieves' tools?
Okay, I'm not seeing it.
That's I'm muted. That's because you
Be
have
on
to
the-
you have to add it. It's a custom. Do you have expertise in sleight of hand and thieves' tools?
Yes.
It's the same roll. It's a plus 12.
Okay. Okay, so we'll use the sleight of hand.
That might have been
so-
what we did before, which is why he's confused.
That could well be. That could well be. I had forgotten that. So you spend some time with it, feeling your way through the lock, and you give a mischievous glance over to Tally's as click, the lock comes open.
Well, what's in it?
Alright, I'm gonna use my mage hand to finish removing the padlock and slowly open it while I'm standing at a distance.
Yep, Tally's takes a little step back. While this is going on, Tally's is going to ritual cast Detect Magic as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna get real close. I'm curious. I want to see what's in there.
So as this heavy chest lid opens up, and inside there's a glitter and a sparkle as you see coins and jewelry, and you see a scroll case kind of poking up on one side.
Well, just at a quick glance, do we have any idea of how much wealth is in there as I reach for the scroll case?
At this point, you have probably gotten pretty good at estimating gold coins, and you estimate that there's around 320 in here, along with
Woo!
some very valuable jewelry. For example, a golden ring with a black pearl set into it.
Ah, well, that looks
And the
interesting.
picture looks like a whirlpool. It's a beautiful piece. Looks like very, very valuable.
Well, seeing as how everyone else was too frightened to stay near and see what's inside, I guess I'm gonna grab the scroll case with one hand, and I'm gonna grab at the ring and kind of with my poke my finger through the hole and put it on my finger at the other. If something's trapped in
Okay.
here, I definitely touched it.
And it's a little tight, but you can fit it onto your pinky ring, or your pinky finger just fine on that. And as you are opening up the scroll.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if we know what's in
Okay.
there.
Well, so looking through this scroll, it looks, from the ornamentation on it, it looks like the sort of thing that, like a bard or a cleric could use. It's really ornate, and you can tell that it's a spell scroll. And as Tolly's detect magic comes up, yes, the detect magic sparkle centers on this scroll, and you're not detecting magic on anything else around the chest.
Damn it, where did the boy go? Well, I think it's safe, fellas.
All right, let's move in a little closer then, I guess.
Yeah. There's
Yep.
I'm just gonna dive in with both hands and kind of reach to the bottom of the chest, pulling up the coins and letting them all drop back into the chest. So there's this big fountain of coins and clinking and look at all of it.
Tolly's, if you take a look at the scroll, you would be familiar enough to know that this is a healing scroll. It's actually quite a high level one for your stuff. So this will definitely be one to hang on to for your bard.
Okay. Sure, I'll relay that information to the rest of the group.
Okay. So you guys have an egg, you have some nice jewelry, you have a bunch of coins. And Villain sort of gives you kind of a sneer and says, I told you you'd be well compensated.
How many coins did you say this was again?
320.
320. So it's a lot of coins, and it could be pretty heavy. I'm gonna take the time and split it up into much more easier to manage piles of 64 coins each and pass them out to the party.
Thank you. That'll make it easier. Do we even need to keep the chest?
Not really.
No.
And it's big and heavy just of its own. There is also
The necklace
the
with the
pendant,
bloodstone.
yeah, the necklace and the harp. There's a few other trinkets, but they don't seem to be as valuable. And Andwise here has gotten pretty good at evaluating expensive things, and he's pretty well determined that really the necklace, the ring, and the harp are the things that are worth something here.
So
Worth your time.
Since I'm kind of the one taking everything out and divvying it up, I'll hold out the necklace to Andwise. He likes shiny stuff. And then I'll just kind of secure the harp to my back, and wherever that damnable Pip went, I'm sure he'd be interested in this.
Very likely.
He's probably off picking flowers somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Flowers growing in the dales.
You might see, if there was all sorts of material, organic material and so forth in that nest, he might still be up there poking through that.
Poop? Is he poking through the poop? That's organic.
Well, there's that is good
That's-
fertilizer,
That's it. That's canon now.
That's
when he
canon.
comes back.
Yep. He was searching the dung for hints of flora.
Right.
Or he was collecting fertilizer to grow his own.
Oh. Either way, Lane plays with poop. You heard it here.
Alrighty. So, what are you guys doing now?
So there's nothing else up, right? Wasn't there a
That
basement?
was open to the sky. On the battlements there, it was completely open to the sky.
So when we first walked in, there was up and then there was a down. We opted to go up first because we had no indication of how deep down it was. So we went for the finite track first. So I guess we go back to the main floor and then explore down.
Okay, hang on, let me move you guys. Okay, there's where up comes out. All right, so this brings you back into the room. Which room was this? This was
G5.
Oh yeah, this is the
the feast hall.
and this is where the way down is, right?
Yes. Yes,
You guys
so
are killing
through,
me.
that was the way
Absolutely
down.
killing me.
And that
Thank
is,
you, Giz.
there
46
were-
months. See, there
was
it
a
is.
ledge around the upper
He's
edge of
number one with
this,
50. You're number
that
two with
had,
46.
some ice methods that you took care of, as I recall.
Yeah.
Oh, you're heading down the stairs now. Let's catch up, everybody. Let's gather you close together so I can take you down. The stairway down, from what you can see here, it is difficult to tell if the stairs are solid ice or if they just have a very strong coating of ice. But these stairs glitter and has how smooth they are with the ice.
Time to stick on those crampons.
Aren't we already wearing them?
Indoors?
I mean,
You might
isn't it all made of ice? Because
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a frost giant's lair, so yeah, probably.
well, I thought there was a thing when we were heading in where we were on the steps outside and they were slippery.
Yeah, that's a good
Steps
point.
outside were slippery, yes.
Yeah.
So you're probably still wearing them then.
Yeah. Plus,
Right.
it's not my house. I don't care if the floor gets screwed up, right?
In any case, I can take care of our tracks if needs be.
I see a dog.
All right. So, as you head down the stairs, if I got everybody there, I do have everybody there.
What's the
I
dog's name?
After you come down a little ways, you come to where the stairs start curving, and you're entirely contained within a railing that even goes up top. I mean, this is very large. It's large enough for giants, but it's an intricately carved ice railing. That takes you down. And it is going to bring you down here. And as you get to the bottom, you can see it's almost like an ice rink here. And as you're coming down the stairs, you can actually hear a low kind of rumbling sound.
Oh.
Charlie goes, "How the hell did that get in here?"
And as you come down there, you realize it's actually a humming sound. And you see a giant walrus skating around, rolling around. And it is humming and singing to itself.
Well, what language is it singing in?
Yeah, good. So good.
You cannot distinguish any vocalization. You cannot distinguish any words.
Well, try shouting out to it.
Although you do hear an occasional when he gets a good, nice slide going. You hear a wee, yeah, except a wee because it's very low.
Okay. I guess I'll call out in giant and say, hello? You look to be having a good time?
And he comes around, and he gets up surprisingly close, and you hear kind of a humph, humph. Ah, I see you there, as he sort of squints at you.
Ooh.
Does he say that in common?
He does.
Okay. So I guess back in common, I would say, hello. It's good to meet you. You seem to be having a good time down here.
Yeah, I love it. And he skids across and rolls over as he's doing it, and then comes up with sort of an intricate turn. And so he ends up ass against the far wall over here and kind of chuckling to himself as he then slides across the other way.
Fair beast, can we ask your name?
My name? My name is Ukuma. What's your name? And he comes crashing into you, and you all kind of go sliding. Nobody gets hurt, but you're all kind of in a sort of a pile. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And he backs up. I'm sorry. I don't have brakes.
Can you move?
Yes. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Watch the claws there. Sorry, they don't retract. Sorry.
I kind of put my hand on my chest. As a top.
On the top of the fifth.
Close enough.
My name is Tully's.
Please. You guys have
Landar.
funny names. Landar. Ooh, and I landed on you. Whee!
So he seems distracted. We might want to consider letting him play and continuing on to some of these corridors here.
But if Ukuma lives here, maybe he can tell us where this codicil is located.
Fair enough.
Friend Ukuma, do you happen to like fish?
Incoming!
Oh! I'm gonna dive behind the stairs.
You should try it. It's fun. Oh, you called me. What? What's that?
And I take the wrappings off one of my rations, and I hold the salted fish up in the air.
Is that fish? And you can see his nose going as he comes up really close to you, and I can't tell which token here's yours. Let's see. Oh, you're behind Tully's. He's going to land on Tully's getting past
Yeah,
you.
Tully's is going to move because he's not going to stand between a giant walrus and a fish.
Friend Ukuma,
Fish?
I will give you this fish, but we came searching for something. Mayhap you have heard of it.
Everyone always does.
Others have come?
Well, they usually know. what they're doing. I mean, there are these people all dressed up in white and furs and things, kind of like, are you one of them? And he leans over towards Valin, who kind of shrinks back a little bit at this.
Interesting.
There are bunches of naturey types who, I think one of them made me talk. I think. I don't know, but they're always here to consult something, or look up something, or store something. It's very boring.
Could you point us in the direction where they look up and or store these objects?
Sure. It's this one down over here, and he goes sliding across the floor. But you gotta do other stuff first.
Oh.
Yeah, there's let's see. They always come, and sometimes they sleep over. Oops, mush. Yeah. Anyways, sometimes they sleep here while they're doing it, and they go down these other places first, and then they go back, and then they go down there, and then they come back, and or sometimes they don't. They don't usually go up to this one. Ooh, look out, look out! He comes crashing into Andwise. They don't usually go this way, though. There's just the old tomb up there.
Tomb?
I don't think they like it.
Well, this has truly been very helpful. Here, and I throw the fish up in the air.
Yum! Look out! Oops! Crunch, and runs into Cairo and Azathoth and Tally's,
Right.
and goes right through Tally's ghost, which
Okay.
distracts him a little bit. It's like, oh, you're not real.
Ghost goes like this.
Yum, 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 kind of salty. Yum, yum, yum. You should try this. Wee.
So, turning to the rest of the group, what do you think it means?
I'm thinking some sort of weird wizard puzzle in all these 4 rooms.
I got the same impression. Maybe some kind of a trial or yeah, maybe a puzzle, like you said. Something that has to be completed before we can access this book. So, when I kind of look from Andwise to Tales, lead the way.
So, Andwise, where are you leading the way to?
I'll slide across the floor to over here.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
All right, and I will deftly skate over to join him.
I mean, I still have the crampons on, so I'm just going to walk.
Oh, I guess I won't skate.
You're missing out. Alright, so this door open. Oh, lighting, right.
Out of curiosity, how high is the ceiling here?
That's a really good question. The ceiling's at least 30 feet high. This is a vaulted chamber. Might be even higher than that. What does it say?
Good to know.
Yeah, but it's a huge vaulted chamber, and it's vaulted for giants. So for frost giants. So it's nice and big and very cold in here. All right, so I am moving that door for you. All right. So there's a very oddly shaped chamber in here. And all you basically see is ice, except you do see a rather ornate door on the other end.
Do I detect any traps?
I don't know. Are you looking for traps?
Oh yeah.
Your perception, your passive's high enough. You do not detect any traps. You don't see anything odd here. It all seems very, except if you step in, you can kind of tell that there are elaborate etchings carved into the walls, all sorts of winter scenes, panoramas, and the door at the far end has a large snowflake. As you get closer, you can tell that there is a word carved into the lintel above the snowflake. And although the script is quite elaborate, you can still read it. It is still in common. It says, endurance.
All right. What else do I see on the door? Like, any way to
Or-
open it, or
Well, how close do you get to the door? Let me change the color of that so you can see it. As you come up to it, you don't see a doorknob, but it kind of looks like something you could just push.
What's up? What? Why are we
mage
waiting?
hand? Mage hand the door. Try pushing it open.
All right. As the door opens, let's see. I have to find where I put my notes because I don't see my notes. Did you
Oh.
steal my notes, Handwise? Aha! Right. Notes. Okay. So as you push it open, your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice for, let's see, where is everybody? Yes, for all of you. And Valin would have been in there with you. As I move you to map 17.
Mhm.
When your vision clears, you find yourself in a raging snowstorm, standing at the edge of a ragged tribe's camp in the process of being dismantled. The nomads there work feverishly, tearing down their tents and packing them onto dog sleds. A few of them spot you and brandish their weapons. A tall figure standing among them strides forward and calls out, "We shall not lie down and die for your pleasure, emissaries of Auril. Begone, vultures!" And as you look at each other in a bit of puzzlement, you notice that each of you has above your head a small, glowing snowflake.
Well,
Try and grab it.
It's not actually there. It's some sort of an image of a snowflake over each of you. And he strides forward somewhat menacingly. What do you
place,
demand of us this time? Just leave us be.
I'll place a sort of a hand out and say, we are not who we appear to be. We are no friends of Auril the Ice Queen. We were
You bear
transported
her
here
mark.
from we were transported here from some strange temple. We are a group of adventurers. We don't even know where we are. Or who you are.
I am Gerund Elkhart. I am the leader of the Elk tribe.
Does that ring any bells?
You're with your background, you would be aware that the reggae nomads have 4 major tribes. Let's see, there's elk, wolf, bear, and tiger.
Okay. Oh, you're of the elk tribe. I see. I don't. Well, I'm guessing you don't know how we got here any more than we did.
You talk. His expression turns a little bit uncertain, and he's not quite as assertive in how he's holding his weapon.
Val, quit pointing that at me before I become angry.
And then he gets more assertive again as he grasps his war hammer. And who are you, Goliath?
I am very confused and annoyed. That's all you need be concerned with right now.
A question.
Well,
if
you
I may.
can stay out of our way then. And he turns and starts striding back to his people who are nearly done having everything packed up onto their sleds.
As he turns away, Charlie's will call out a question, if I may, before you continue with your breaking down of your camp. Why are the followers of Auril after you? Like, you said that they were demanding things of you. Perhaps you could tell us why, what they're after. Maybe that'll provide some sort of clue as to why we've been sent here.
All I know is periodically people come through with her symbol over their heads like you have. Usually as we're packing up to follow the elk in their migrations as we have now. And I don't know, they come along with us and sometimes they attempt to, I don't know, conquer us. I don't know what their meddlesome's doing. All I know is they're a pain.
Do they ever leave? And if so, how do they go?
They stay with us as we move to our next campsite, and when we set up our campsite, they disappear. You really don't know this.
No, this is so.
And you haven't any of those frost druids with you either.
No, we're not part of the group of people that may normally travel this way. Would I know roughly what range sort of the elk tribe have, and be able to sort of place it roughly to where we expect ourselves to be, like or expect ourselves to have been by the Sea of Moving Ice?
The elk tribe migrates further than most of the tribes do, because they do follow the elk, and the elk herds travel seasonally. It might be a little odd with the never-ending winter, but they travel seasonally across the entire from well on to the glacier, clear over to the Sea of Moving Ice, and back in their migrations. Huge herds of elk.
Would you know how far away from the sea of moving ice we are? That's where we were before we were transported here.
Polly,
We are nowhere near the sea of moving ice. We're on the glacier end of the migrations.
Interesting.
Tallies,
Hmm.
do we know if we have in fact been transported anywhere? And he says, kind of looking around.
That's a good point.
And I'm like taking my glaive and like poking it in the ground, like testing its stability, like if it's real, a physical thing.
It does seem to dig down into the snow at your feet, and you are feeling, well, you aren't feeling as cold with the whipping of the snow around you, but everyone else kind of is.
This could be a vision. Some can be quite convincing.
Indeed.
And Jura kind of shrugs and heads back as they're getting their someone has come up to grab him and all, and he heads over. Well, travel with us. And he gets onto the back of the dog sled and starts heading out.
I suppose if it's what the others had done before, we may as well. It might be
Speaking
the
lower
path we need to take.
to the group, what if we're supposed to do what the others have done before? What if the trial involves killing them, conquering them, as he said?
Or it could be
Perhaps.
less complicated than that. I mean, it's above the door. It did say endurance. Maybe we're meant to just endure the trek between the camps.
Indeed, the elk tribe don't have it easy with their migrations.
I just throw my hands up in the air. I don't know. This is stupid. I'm not a thinking man. I'm a man of action. So decide, what are we to do?
I guess follow them. That seems like the logical choice if others have done before and disappeared.
All right.
Indeed.
So then I just nod and I grab my glaive and I stomp off in the direction of the camp.
And the whole tribe is on the move. There's probably 35 sleds with, multiple people around them. Some of the folk are driving the sled, some are walking along beside as they make their trek off into the blizzarding snow. So, those of you who are not resistant to cold, please give me Constitution saves.
Do we get any benefit from our cold weather gear?
You do?
Okay. And con save, you said, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration on this. Wow. So glad I used it.
I'm also going to use my inspiration.
Wow. I bet you're glad you used it too.
Okay, I'm missing Landar.
Well, I've got Boots of the Winterlands. I have cold resistance. And
This is true. You do. And actually, Azatoth gave me one and he didn't need to. So that's true. So, as you head on, it is miserable. It is cold and it is snow keeps blowing. It is hard, even with your snowshoes and all, moving through, following the dog sleds. And it is tough to move. And as you go along, the various people, start stumbling a little bit, but the elk tribe are hardy folk as they continue on. And they stop occasionally for breaks, but not very often. Most of the time, what they'll do for their breaks is someone will rest on one of the sleds for a little bit, and then they will get off and continue to walk again as they keep moving and their way through the driving snow. And after you've walked all day, and it's been a long 8 hours as you've walked, and they don't really show any sign of calling a halt. They continue on. And as you stop and catch a breath, and as you start realizing how tired your legs are getting, I need another round of con saves.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And I get +3 on saves from one of my gear.
This is true. Are
Wait.
you all walking next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yep.
All
Stand
walking
next to the furry
them?
guy.
Absolutely.
Not
Yeah.
that it'll save me, but
All right. Okay. Thales and Azatoth, you each take a level of exhaustion as you realize how difficult this is. And you continue trudging through. The tribe is not stopping. The tribe continues on. And yes, there's another hour. And we need to do another round. Okay, Andwise and Thales both take some exhaustion.
another one.
And Landar, you need to start making rolls at advantage.
Is it just another one?
Yes. Well, yeah, so you're now at, Thales is now at a second level of exhaustion.
Cairo.
Who am I missing? I'm missing Cairo. And I do need
All
a
right.
roll from
How did you
Landar.
do that exhaustion?
It's under conditions.
Conditions.
Under
And then at the bottom, there's a bar. It says 1 through 10. Or
Landar, you're
whatever.
feeling it in your muscles, but you're still continuing
Okay.
on.
What did you need from me?
Con save.
Another Constitution save
Okay.
as we trudge through. Now been hiking through this hard driving snow for 10 hours. And as you pass into the 11th hour, and still the elk tribe continues on cycling through who is on there, I need another round. And
wow.
Remember, we are
Thales is-
hugging the paladin.
Thales is
Obviously a wizard.
Thales is fading and having trouble keeping up as he continues moving very more and more slowly, grinding down. What are you guys gonna do?
Uh,
All right.
The tribe continues moving on before you.
so
Go ahead,
he's at
Ed.
level 3 exhaustion.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay, I need the least burdened looking sled dog. Which sled looks the least burdened?
Well, each of the sleds has a team of 6 to 8 dogs in front of it.
Yeah, which sled's the emptiest? Which one has enough room for me to cram our wizard on?
I pick him up and carry him. I'm barely even tired. I was made to endure such hostile wastes. Not even affected. And I just start walking off with him like slumped over my shoulder.
Okay. And as the tribe continues on, you've now been going for 14 hours.
Son of a bitch.
Let's do one more round.
Wait! I would like to use my inspiration for Tales.
Tollies does not need to roll because
What?
you've been carrying him.
Oh, okay. All right then. Well,
Yay!
So he is not getting more tired.
then I will use it for myself.
All right, let's see. Andwise, you're taking another level of exhaustion. Landar, you are taking a level of exhaustion. And as you trudge your way through the storm, you come up and you find you're actually tripping over the last the end of the dog sleds because they have stopped and they are working on clearing a space and starting to set up their tents.
Hooray!
And then you sit and you catch your breath. Do you do anything else while you're here? As they are all setting up, getting their set up, they're getting fires built. Fires with lean-tos covering them to protect the fires from the snow.
When they start like making their fires with flint and steel or whatever, I'm just gonna create bonfire for it, just point and poof.
Okay.
And the wind's whipping pretty hard, I assume, correct?
Yes, it is.
In that case, I will use some of my key points to build, some ice walls to try and protect around the camp and reduce the wind.
They already suspect that we work for Oral. I don't know if commanding the ice and snow into making a shelter is gonna convince them otherwise.
Well, but he just said he's somewhat protecting the camp, which
fair.
the nomads
Yeah.
notice. The nomads notice, and can you get kind of a nod of appreciation on that? And
Nice.
once they're all set up, and some have been going through the heavy work of setting up tents, and others have been, at the fire and working on getting food, hot porridge going. And and one of the women is starting to come towards you, and she has got a tray with bowls that have steam coming up out of it. And as she nears to you, you find yourself back at the castle, in the room where you left.
I told you it wasn't real.
Well, at least it was as simple as just a trek through nature. Even though,
You're really tired.
yeah, that was a bit exhausting.
How say?
Should we make camp of our own?
Definitely felt real.
I mean, this is a safe enough place to do it, and I didn't walk the last hour, but
Yeah.
Is the door
Good at
shut?
it.
Is that door with the endurance above it shut at this point?
It looks like it's
Yes,
shut.
it is.
Okay.
Was it all for nothing?
I am not staying in that room. I'm not going through that again.
The kind beast did tell us that we could rest here. and that others that came before had done so.
That's true.
Huh. Curses! I left my bedroll on the nautiloid!
Ah,
It's in the brain crate! I guess I
You're
just...
back. Look out! Woof, swoosh.
It's a good thing we're on this side of the doorway. Cairo gets knocked flying.
Did you have fun? You were gone a long time.
It was a pleasant stroll through the forest.
Right. So, you guys are going to stop and take a rest, are you?
Hopefully.
Well,
Yes,
so are you
please.
guys going to just bed down? Are you going to take a short rest? Are you going to attempt a long rest? What are you guys intending here? And Cairo, I assume you're with the rest of the party.
If we're trying to get rid of exhaustion, we need a long rest.
Based on the amount of time that we do stuff as well, if we continue exploring, we're probably all really tired for the day anyway. It's probably going to be like forced march to try and continue on.
So are we agreed then for a long rest? I
yeah,
think
because
we have one person with 3, and maybe 1 or 2 with 2, and a bunch with 1.
All right, I'm gonna take a nap while you guys decide what we're doing. And Antoine pulls out his bedroll, lays down, and he's out.
Yeah, Tully's is just going to try and huddle up and go to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell am I talking about? I don't need sleep. That's why I didn't bring my bedroll.
So you do successfully get a long rest.
Woo!
Yay!
Where's Sputton? There's Sputton.
That says Andwise has no active conditions. I had you at 2.
Yeah,
Exhaustion.
I did. I hit the wrong button.
Okay,
I
yeah,
corrected
you
it. It says 1
Oh,
now.
it does. It does. Okay. So Tolly's is at 2 and Andwise is at 1. All right.
Yep. All right, ready to rock and roll, huh?
While we're taking a long
Yep.
rest, I might just swap a couple of spells out.
I mean, yeah, that seems good. Um,
So what are you guys doing?
well, so after you guys are done, I again look to Thales and Wise. You're the smart ones. Lead us through to this puzzle.
I don't remember what room he said they usually go to after that one. I just
Oh.
remember that was the first one. It's the only reason I picked that
Well,
one away.
there's 4 of them. I don't know if the order particularly matters. Hey, friend Beast! Where did he go? Ukuma! Oh, he is sleeping. Should I leave him to rest?
He's curled up and snoozing up here.
Seeing Andwise is next to another door, I just kind of point. Eh?
perhaps the order doesn't matter.
Sleeping. Where did sleeping go? Oh, unconscious. There we go. It's asleep.
I remembered to put mage armor on this time.
That seems good. It's a good thing there was no combat in the last.
Well, I cast it last time after the first combat.
Okay. So you're opening this door here.
Yep.
The door opens easily.
As before, look for traps as I enter the hallway.
And I'm walking just 5 feet behind.
Tallies will go after that.
Wait a minute.
As bef-
Wait a minute. Stop advancing. Where is our Cairo? Please, we need to stay close to you. Your protective presence
Yeah.
is very,
Yeah.
very soothing. I refuse to advance without you near.
Lendar steps out the way of the door so he can get closer in between all
Can
of
we get
us.
an aura on that paladin?
Yeah,
Is it 10 feet at level 6?
I believe so. Yeah.
what's your aura radius?
All right, let's stick him here with the where my ghost is, since my ghost can move through people.
Yeah, you're level 6 now. You learn the number one benefit of being a paladin. Everybody wants to hug you real close.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot aura.
Okay.
Don't I feel like a part of the team?
Yes. Yeah. The most valuable part of the team. You just make sure that as many, well, okay, just me. All right, just make sure I'm in that yellow circle.
Tallies is making a point of moving along with Cairo, standing immediately adjacent to him at all times.
Is there Cairo, what would it feel like for other people to stand in your magical aura?
I suppose just very energized and empowered.
Ah, good. So now we can distinctly tell when we are not feeling that way. Need to move closer.
Every time, I'm just thinking that every time we move out of his aura, we'll feel like we're on a come down from like a caffeine or a sugar high.
Yeah, a monster crash. Oh.
All right. So you're all staying around Cairo. Cairo, do I assume correctly that you're actually going in?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take everybody in. And wise you weren't picked up in my moving people. On this door, it says isolation.
Now, do you think?
All right,
I don't like
do
the
not
sound
like
of
the
that.
sound of that one after that last one. I'm still tired from that endurance run.
Do you think that each door hosts a similar trial?
I would think so.
Stands the reason. Well, Tallies walks up and places his hand on the door. We won't get anywhere by standing here.
Ah, crap.
Well, screw you, Anwise. You're going in.
All right, so isolation.
I'm gonna assume because last time she said like she had to check to see who was all affected. I'm gonna guess it's anybody like within so close. So you're going for a ride, Anwise, because you're like just right outside the door.
Okay, so the door pushes open. Your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice as I move you to map 18. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing at the edge of a camp under a clear sky. All the warriors in the camp appear to be sharpening their weapons.
Yes.
Someone sees you and calls out. And two come up and bearing their arms, they come up and they sort of give a half respectful bow towards you and gesture for you to come and follow them.
Follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
These ones, they're speaking my language.
And you see, elegant, you see furs and you see in whites and blacks coming up, and you see tiger heads carved into the lintels and so forth. As you're brought up to a well-dressed woman who is clearly, she has a commanding presence to her. As she works, as she's sharpening the edges of her great axe, a saber-toothed tiger lying next to her on her feet. And she looks up at you and gives out just a cry of exultation as she stands. Ariel has blessed us, she shouts out. The Frostmaiden has sent emissaries to watch our camp while we complete our mission. And everyone gives a loud shout and a cheer. And then they gather all around you and look wonderingly at you, and a few people look. They don't look like much. Silence, you shall not denigrate the Frostmaiden's emissaries.
Hey, Taryn, thank you for 38 months,
Forgive
man.
them.
Appreciate
They
that.
do not
How you doing today?
say. And come in, make free in my own tent here.
No, dude, we're not even on the main
Sure.
story yet.
Yeah.
Like, we just started.
So you just need us to camp sit for you while you go out and like do some hunting and stuff?
Hunting and stuff, she says, as she looks over at the other. You all start laughing with her. Yes, precisely. Precisely. And we know that we shall be successful with you here, since we have been blessed by Oriel.
Yep.
We expect to be back in a day or two. This should go quite well.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll be here, I guess.
Hi.
Just, holding down the fort.
Well,
Splendid.
Good luck. Bring me back
Gathered
something
around
nice.
with their weapons and giving cheers and all this, and we shall head out. And as she starts striding out of the tent, her tiger gives sort of a low rumbling growl at you as it walks past and follows her out.
I will kill a tiger. I have done so before.
Would it be safe to
I think
assume
the tiger knows this.
by looking at the group, would it be safe to assume that this might be the nomads that are of the clans?
No. I think I misunderstood what you're saying. The other nomads hated Oriel's emissaries. These ones are celebrating us. I don't think they'd be of like the same.
No, the other one were part of the elk tribe. This sounds like the tiger tribe.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no, that does make sense. I did misunderstand.
So, yeah, just food for thought for later.
Well, friends, I would say, in the tongue of my people, this is Lathakolene Lula Kamana. It is an elk in a berry bush, a gift from the gods. It seems that this trial is for us to sit around and do nothing. A welcome thing after, since everyone is still so tired.
I mean, yeah, you're right there. I'm quite happy to just sit here by this fire, but I mean, wouldn't be much of a trial if all we had to do is sit here. I get the feeling that something's expected to happen.
Well, until then, we will rest, and we will drink, and we will eat. And as I already start pulling out the salted fish and removing my shoe.
The tiger tribe all go out with loud shouts, and they head out and disappear off into the woods.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have a bit of a poke around this tent and see if there's anything interesting, any cultural heritage to just
Why
look
the
at.
shoe? Because my
Learn from.
party, it is part of my tribe's tradition. We drink the ale from the
It
shoe.
is fairly
salt
sparse.
with the
I mean,
salt.
there are
It's very
lavish amounts
tasty.
of furs, and there is actual furniture in here, carved chairs and a carved table, all very elegantly done. But other than that, it is fairly spare. You are well sheltered in this
Blood,
particular tent
fury
from the
at
wind.
2.
Although if you poke your head out, the rest of the camp, this does seem like a reasonably prosperous tribe. Looking out, they're reasonably well sheltered, but it is still a nomad tribe.
Okay. I guess maybe we should have. Oh yeah, I know. I'll send my ghosty boy to just kind of like hover above the tent and just keep a 360 aerial view of the camp. Make sure everything's hunky dory.
Okay. So is he just hovering over this? I mean, it is a pretty wide camp. There's
He can be within 300 feet of me, so you can be like up in the air and communicate with me telepathically.
Okay, so he's on patrol without. Is anyone else? Is anyone else doing patrol, or are you leaving it all to the ghost?
I say we leave it to the ghost because isolation, being above that door, means something might be trying to get us alone. I don't like that idea.
Okay.
I would want to kind of
And
patrol around.
the
Oh shit, muted.
sorry, to make a quick note.
I guess I would patrol around a little bit. I wouldn't go so far to where I wouldn't have sight of the rest of the party, but I would just kind of walk around and poke at things with my glaive.
If Azathoth's going, Tally's will probably go with him, just because he's he's actually interested in looking around the camp, but he doesn't really want to go on his own.
Okay. So as you wander around, you look through. Do you go into any of the tents, or you're patrolling around the tents? What all are you doing as you do your patrols here?
Like I said, I'm just kind of walking around the campfire, and I'm just like, oh look, there's a box, poke. Oh, there's a curtain, pull it aside with the glaive. I'm just like being, keeping myself busy instead of sitting idle.
Tally's will just kind of keep poking his head in when we're looking around and stuff, just seeing if there's anything interesting.
Okay. I would like a group survival check, please.
I'm sorry, what now?
Group survival check.
Yeah, okay.
Survival, okay. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just as good at these as I am at con saves.
Why am I rolling funky?
That's a good question. Why are you rolling funky?
It's a question for another time. I ain't pressed about it.
Okay. So as you are out walking around and poking around and looking and see, you can see some tracks.
Roger, thank you for the sub.
Get you a
Appreciate
little bit
you. How are you?
interested, and as you kind of following them along. Is anyone else out there, or just Tallies and Azathoth?
I'm staying next to the soft kitty.
Same here.
Oh, that's
So
a good
what is-
point, actually.
Is the soft kitty patrolling, or is the soft kitty staying in the leader's tent?
Yeah, I got a 3, not a 5. I forgot I've got disadvantage on ability checks.
Let's say staying in the leader's tent.
Okay. So as you're off and you see these tracks and as that seem to be sort of coming in and they look quite fresh. And as you're looking at these, as a Toth, you sort of turn to ask Tally's his impression, and Tally's isn't there.
Mm-hmm. So then I just whirl around. Can I see anyone else?
No, you don't see anyone else.
Oh,
And looking down, you actually see that the last tracks got fainter and fainter, and his tracks then just disappeared.
hello? Is anyone here? Oh.
Now, Azathoth said he was staying close enough to the party to still be able to keep an eye on him. But would we be able to hear him call out?
Yes, probably, because there isn't a lot of noise, and if he called out loudly enough, I mean, while they're out on patrol, and there's no storm to take away the sound. So yes, I think you would hear him.
So I have a question. Is my ghost still there?
Your ghost is still there.
Okay. What do I see from where I am?
Well, you don't actually see anything.
Okay. In that case, I will telepathically just keep making my ghost fly to where I am.
Your ghost doesn't move.
That's strange. Saying that, I might not be able to move it anyway.
Oh, Azathoth has called out, hello,
Hello?
is anyone there?
Where's everyone?
Leonard's going to poke his head out. It's like, we're still in here.
Where?
In the tent.
What color's the floor? Is it just snow covered or is it like stone?
You don't see the floor.
But I did before I disappeared.
You were walking in snow at the time.
Okay.
If I move
So, go ahead.
if I move towards the party, am I able to get back together with the rest of them?
Yep, and you see Landar poking his head out of the tent looking at you quizzically.
Where is everyone else?
And I open up the tent and like, there's Andwise and Cairo. Tally's went with you.
I lost him.
How'd you lose him?
You don't see your pouch. You don't see your quill.
I just conjure it into my hand. I don't take it out of anywhere. It appears
Yeah,
in
but
my
you
hand.
don't see your hand either.
That's fine. I mean, I can write help me with my eyes closed.
Okay, so Azathoth, Landar's opened the door. Everybody's there.
But not Thales. He's gone.
Ollie's is not there.
He was right with me, and then he seemed to just vanish.
See, this is why I said we shouldn't leave the tent, because something was going to try and separate us. So are you suggesting we leave this tent now and try to find Tallies, and then potentially all of us get lost?
He just opens and closes his mouth a couple times. No noise. Or he turns and shouts, "Handwise!"
What?
Come here!
All right, I'm gonna go to the edge of the door and peek my head out and look at Azathoth. What?
We have a problem.
What problem?
Thales is gone.
None of you see these things that what Tally's is writing on the ground. None of you are seeing this.
It's fine. I just figured I'd try it. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking with Tale, and then he was just gone. No sound, no nothing.
All right, I'm gonna step out and holler for tallies.
And
But I'm definitely gonna keep Landar and Azathoth within sight of wherever I go,
okay.
and the tent, obviously.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my eyes fixated on Andwise, just in case.
Okay. And as you go out, you kind of fortunately the leader's tent is central, and so as you kind of walk one direction and sort of look and walk another direction, it all seems very still and quiet.
Can you send a message to him? Come on, man, you're supposed to be the idea guy.
How far around can I see from where I'm at right now? Can I easily see?
Clear. I mean,
Okay.
except for the barriers of various tents. I mean, you can see quite well. You do not hear your own voice, Tallies.
He's in the oubliette.
All right, I want to climb up the side of one of the tents so I can get up on top, so I can see a little bit higher than above 3 foot nothing.
I'll pick you up and hold you up above my head.
All right, I can easily see out 120 feet all the way around.
You can easily see further than that because it's afternoon. It's still daytime. You can easily see around the outside of the camp. And a little breeze comes through, ruffles a few leaves of some bushes and drifts a little of the snow. And it is completely silent.
All right, I want to make sure he's not hiding in one of the tents. So I should be able to get.
Oh.
I'm gonna send a message. But if he's farther than 120 feet or on a different plane, he's not gonna get the message.
You call out with the message and you have no sense of it. You get no reply. You have no sense of it going anywhere.
You have to point it at a creature within range anyway.
So as you're searching around.
Yep, but it's a cantrip. I can point at each tent individually in case you're in there, because it does go around objects.
You do find where you follow Azathoth's tracks back, and you do see where Tally's tracks faded out and disappeared. But looking around, you're not picking up anything from any of the tents.
Thales! Thales!
You do catch a little glimmer of something that looks like it's kind of covered under snow right near where Tally's left.
I dive at it and start brushing away the snow to see what it is.
And it appears to be some sort of oddly shaped pen. Oh, actually, you're a Goliath. You would recognize it as a tattoo needle.
What? I just stick it in my
It's
pocket.
just laying out there, and it sort of glimmers a little bit. It has red etchings along the side of it.
Yeah, I just absently stick it in my pocket, ignoring it. Thales! Where are you?
All right, when he dives for the object,
Hmm?
I feel I might need to do that because he's holding me up at the time.
Oh, whoops.
You are fine. You're fine. And as time goes on with your search, it's starting to get dark.
Oh, I'm scared of the dark.
It's starting to get dark. Evening is falling.
I'm
The camp
beginning to
seems
fear the
quite
worst.
large. The
Say that
camp seems
again.
the camp seems quite large, and I yell out to the Azathoth and Endwise, I'm like, "It's getting dark. You might want to think about coming in. We do not know this area very well."
If he hasn't returned by nightfall, he's going to freeze to death. Does he have a tent? I don't believe he does. Does Thales have a tent in his equipment?
He does not.
Winter blanket, maybe?
I mean, I've got my cold weather clothing. I do have something else, but I don't know how. I don't know if it'll work.
Pretty sure.
You are not feeling cold where you are, Tully.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
not feeling anything.
Because
Okay,
from what I know, right? I have no idea
Yes.
where you might be. But what I know is Thales is still out there somewhere, and he doesn't have a tent, and the little baby man is going to freeze to death.
Yeah.
We can't quit looking for him.
We also can't
So
be
does that
looking
mean-
blindly.
So does that mean you are not going to rest tonight?
I don't rest any night.
That's true.
I mean, unless you qualify.
You do at least have to have some downtime.
Right. But, I mean, is walking around shouting, Thales, is that strenuous activity to where I wouldn't benefit from a rest?
Probably not. Depends on how anxiously you're digging around in things.
In the dark, probably not very.
Is anyone else out keeping watch at night or looking for Thales here at night?
Only from the edge of the leader's tent.
All right. So as the night progresses on, and the aurora tonight is beautiful up in the sky. And as the next day dawns, everybody give me a double check. Except Thales.
A survival check?
Yep.
Hiya.
Thales, give me a wisdom save. Oh my.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
This does not bring joy.
as you are working, as you're getting up and starting to move and moving around the next morning, and there has still been no sign at all of Thales. And you're getting quite worried, but you also notice that as you're making breakfast over the fire, Cairo is gone.
The aura.
Oh,
I'm in
crap.
Cairo.
And Cairo,
Not our
you
dear
do not
friend.
feel anything. You do not see anything.
Can I use my detect good and evil?
Well, you sort of, focus around and try and see, is there good, is there evil? You get a slight little whiff of evil, but there's next to nothing. But mostly it just feels like it goes out and nothing comes back.
All right, so now we've lost the brain and the soft kitty. What is going on here?
And now that you think about it, Tolly's ghost has not moved at all since he left. Since he went missing. Still sitting in exactly the same pose it was.
We'll walk up to the ghost and start shouting at it. Where
Well, it's up
are
in the
you?
sky above the tent. So you can shake your fist up at it.
So hang on. He looks up and he does that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can the ghost
You don't see.
telepathically tell? Because it's telepathically. I don't see anything. It's telepathic.
You do not get anything from the ghost. No.
Okay.
So, I guess not even assuming this is gonna work, but all of our friends are disappearing and we're starting to get frantic. So I am going to use my feature. It is I can't find it to link it. Ghostly Gaze. Once per short rest as an action, I gain the ability to see through solid objects to a range of 30 feet for 1 minute. So I
Okay.
activate the ghostly gaze, and my eyes turn an eldritch bluish green as I start looking around. Instead of trying to walk around and look around the buildings and the objects, I'm just looking through them for any hint of Thales or Cairo.
It is all quiet and still.
I throw both my
There is
hands
not
to the
even a
air.
mouse.
They're dead! They're all dead!
Lendar, just what do you mean they're dead? They've
What
got
is
to be
the-
here somewhere.
Oh yeah? Well, where?
I'm not sure where, but obviously Tally's has to be somewhere around here because his ghost is still here, pointing upwards.
If there's no body, they're not dead.
The day goes on. Go ahead.
Azathoth is starting to feel defeated. So he's just gonna go to where the tracks disappear, and he just kind of sits in the snow.
All right, not letting Azathoth just sit out there by himself. I will go sit front like back to back with him and being like a meditation pose, just watching.
The day passes and it goes into night. And again, the aurora is beautiful. It's in greens tonight. And the sun dawns up the next morning. There are little traces of clouds across. Everybody give me survival. Well, no. Everybody who's still there give me survival, not Cairo and not Thales.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so morning dawns clear. Landar and Azathoth are out there as they're, sitting back to back, still waiting out there. No real idea. You hear kind of a scuffling sound some sort of movement over on the other side of the camp.
Lender's going to hop to his feet and immediately gaze over that way.
You can't quite tell. I mean, there are tents in the way.
No, I'm going to signal to Azathoth. It's like, do you hear that? Something's moving around our tents.
You hear something again that's maybe that's an opening of one of the coverings of one of the tents. Somebody's in and rummaging around in one of the tents.
Well, if we had a rest, I'm just going to use ghostly gaze and turn and look in that direction again.
And you see a form kind of hunched over and digging through things in one of the tents.
You're right. Something is there. I point.
Let's head that way. At least it might be something that we can at least speak to. And Landar starts walking towards the whatever it was that's like digging through things.
Yeah. Who are you? What have you done with our friends?
He sort of startles, and he turns and looks. And you can see it's a wizened old figure who looks almost skeletally thin. I don't know what I don't mean it. And he scrambles and he ducks past you and he starts running off towards the woods.
Wait! Landar yells out. Does he stop or does he keep going?
He keeps going. He's running. He's in a panic.
All right, well, I'm not letting this happen. We need to talk to this guy. And I use a key point and build a quick wall in front of him to stop him.
He stops and he's trembling.
We asked you to wait.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I was just hungry. I don't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Landar reaches behind him to grab into his backpack and pulls out a thing of rations and tosses it to him. You want food? There's food.
He
Now
scribbles and he
answer our
grabs it.
questions.
Yes. Anything. Whatever you like. And he's unwrapping it, opening it, and starting to eat.
Who are you? And have you seen others in this camp?
I'm Solon. Well, no, I didn't see you either. I thought they were gone for now. I thought it was safe to come and I was just hungry. I wasn't gonna take anything but food. I promise, honest.
Wait. I understand. I know what the trial is. We were supposed to guard the camp, and I pull out my glaive and start advancing. This one is trying to steal. If we kill him, our friends will come back. And
Stop.
No.
I was trying to hurry and scramble and run.
The trial is something about isolation. Isolation means alone.
Yes. So we must get him out of the camp so we are once again alone. Come back here. I'll kill you.
Well, he can't go nowhere. He's kind of blocked by a wall.
Well, he's sort of trying to scramble around to the wall. So he's running the other direction because he doesn't have to go that way. He's just trying to go away from you two.
Landar, stop! Let me through! I'll bring back our friends! This is the only way!
How do you know?
Because it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And I turn and look, and you see that he's going a little crazy.
I do not believe you have gotten enough sleep, Azathoth.
I don't sleep. Ever. Trust me! It's the only way!
We can catch him to ask him more questions, but not to kill him.
Andwise, give me a wisdom save, please.
It's pretty good.
So are you going out? He's booking it out of there. He's quite a ways away from you now and going as fast as he can. Although he's leaving very clear tracks.
I wouldn't fight Andwise. He's one of our few friends that are still here. So if he's in the way blocking my advance, I
I'm
would.
not
You
there.
mean-
I mean
Yeah, you
Landar. Sorry.
Ledar, yeah.
Oh no, we're still chasing after the guy. I'm just
Okay.
trying to keep Azathoth from trying to kill him.
Okay. Well, your speed is faster than his speed, so you're able to catch up with him fairly quickly. But he is
Right.
in a panic, so you are going to grab him.
Yep, I grab him and hold him down until Azathoth
Yes.
catches up.
Yeah. Hold him
And
down.
he's just-
I'll land a perfect
He's just trembling,
strike.
he's just trembling, terrified, absolutely terrified. Cairo, give me a wisdom save, please. And so he's absolutely terrified. Don't let him kill me. Don't let me kill him. I'm sorry. I won't ever bother again. I won't ever come here again. I won't.
Yeah, you won't.
No, we're just trying to find our friends. They were here with us. And you haven't. How long have you been out there watching this camp?
Days, maybe. I don't know. I saw. Well, no, not quite. I saw them leaving on their hunt. I didn't see them leaving here, but I saw them out on their hunt, and I thought their camp would be empty because it looked like they were all out there, and so I came here, and it seemed empty, and I went into the one tent. I was just looking for food. Honest, I wasn't going to take anything else. I promise.
Eat the food that you need to eat to survive. But for others that we're looking for, you've seen no one. Have you heard of stories of people disappearing here?
Are you lying? Don't you lie to me.
I mean, insight check.
Oh.
I no, I didn't see anybody else. I saw the tiger people. That's all I saw. You see a totally panicked guy.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me much of anything. I'm just still staring at
Yeah.
him. One eye half closed, the other one wide open, all crazy.
You're kind of half in your own panic there with your friends. I didn't see anybody else. I saw the tiger people. I came back. I backtracked to here. I went into the tent. I didn't see anyone else or anything else. I promise I didn't.
I mean, he doesn't seem to be much of a threat, Azathoth. I mean, look
Currently?
at him.
Barely has enough clothes on to keep him warm, and his
That's-
clothing is in bad
that's-
shape. It is warm weather gear, but it's in really bad shape.
That's
He's
not the point, Landar.
practically
We're
blue
supposed
and
to guard
shivering.
the camp. He's not supposed to be here. So we need to.
We could just kick him out of the camp.
He sort of gives some ineffectual, but he's trembling too hard to even struggle much and get away.
Would you just calm down, Solon?
Okay.
You know, a stunning strike calms people down real fast.
It's true.
Smack! Ding.
Azathoth, how about this? I say we tie him up and see if he disappears mysteriously throughout the night.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Because I don't sleep. I stay up all night. And I'll watch him. And I'll wait for him to disappear. And I'll follow him. See where he goes. Yeah.
So see, there's a plan. Let's take him back to the leader's tent and see what happens.
No. Not in the tent. Not in the tent. Nobody disappeared from the tent. We got to keep him out here. Put him right there. Right in the middle.
Okay, so put him in the middle, and we can eat and drink from the tent and keep an eye on him.
When you go into the tent to get food and drink, you notice that Andwise is nowhere to be seen.
Son of a bitch!
See, as I thought, this is why I said we should stay together.
So then
and
why
not
didn't we stay
separate.
together?
Because you like to patrol and poke things.
Are you blaming me for what happened? He says, his eye kind of twitching.
Well, you
Okay.
weren't listening very well. And I said the ghost was out there, and then you just decided to go off walking through the camp, and you took Tally's with you, and now Tally's is gone. And then we tried to stay here, and then the Cairo's gone. And now Andwise is gone. Who's next?
Walk away. Just turns around and walks away.
Okay. And night falls. So what are you guys doing? Azathoth, are you spending the night watching Solon carefully?
Yes, so carefully, in fact, that I am laying on the ground and I've heaped snow up around me, and I've got my arms crossed, and I'm just like staring, pair of eyes, waiting for him to disappear.
Okay, the two of you give me survival checks. All right. So the night falls, and morning dawns clear and bright. And Solon is still right there in front of you.
All right, so something seems fishy at this point, and it's not.
Landar, you don't see a thing.
So, do I see as a? Oh, I don't see a thing. Crap.
You don't see a thing.
Landar?
Azathoth, Solon is still. You turn to tell Landar that Solon is still there and Landar is gone.
What'd you do with my friend?
It didn't do anything. You watched me. You watched me all night. You saw. I did not move it myself. I sat right here all night. Oh God. I was. I mean, I did fall asleep for a minute. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I wasn't gonna fall asleep. I was gonna watch you as you watched me. And, oh God, are you gonna kill me?
Some strange magics you got there.
I have no magic at all. No magic. No. I'm no magic. No. I've never had magic. I've never seen magic.
Uh-huh. Well, I think there's only one thing left to do, isn't there?
What's that? Let me just. I'll go away. I'll be the next person. I'll disappear for you. Here. I'll go away. Right. And he sort of starts to move to stand up.
I approach him, and then I kind of squat down, and you see Azathoth kind of puts his hands up to his side of his head. He's clenching his fists, and he closes his eyes, and he's like concentrating real hard.
And what are you concentrating on?
Oh, I'm gonna disappear too. Why am I still here?
Give me a wisdom save.
Sure.
He just wills himself out of existence.
So. The day passes. It is still and quiet throughout the camp. And it is night again. And it is morning again. 6 full days have you waited here. When you hear loud sounds coming from the distance.
Just bolt upright. Who's that?
You hear shouting and clashing of arms and all, and you hear sounds of merriment and being in a good mood.
I did it. I did it. As South guarded the camp. Yeah. They're
And
back.
it comes closer and closer, and the tiger tribe is coming, and you actually hear where are you actually as they
In the
arrive?
center of town. Just
And you notice a slight growling noise
oh,
as the tiger peeks at you around one of the tents and looks at you suspiciously.
hi, Mr.
And
Tiger.
everyone is in good cheer. And actually, as you notice, as they come up and they say, "Yes, you are here," and one of the tribesmen gives you a nice big clap on the back and all this, and they are coming there carrying huge amounts of food with them and all. And they're in good cheer, and there are 4 kind of dazed, confused people walking among them.
Oh, is it my friends?
It is your friends, looking dazed and confused and with not even much in the way of hazy memories. But the tigers are all in good humor and all. It's I thought you guys were going to, pay attention here to the camp. I mean, you went a little far in
No,
keeping track
I
of things,
stayed.
but we see
I
that
stayed. I
everything
protected
is
the camp.
just fine.
I
as
did.
And as you are doing this, there's a slight wisp of snow as you find yourself back at Grimskull.
Woo. We what?
Everyone is there. You're all slightly confused. It has been
Oh.
enough time that all exhaustion has worn off.
Oh,
Okay, that was not fun. Let's not do that one ever again either.
oh, I had a great time.
We
This is so surreal.
Ah, there you are. I thought you'd left. Have you more fish? Look out! Smush! Runs in and sweeps Azathoth into the wall with him. Oof. Sorry. Have you more fish? And he starts sniffing around your pockets.
Still kind of in a daze. I'll take out my rations and I just kind of like hold out like 3 pouches toward him. Like,
Ooh, fish. I like fish. You're a good sort,
yeah.
And he puts his face right up in there and gives you kind of a nuzzle there to show his appreciation.
Hmm.
And then he turns to munch on his fish.
Just pet him on the nose. So, where did you all go?
I don't know. I was eating food and then I was with the nomads coming back to camp. I have no clue.
For a moment, I was beginning to suspect they snuck something in my food.
Huh?
The only thing I remember is being around in darkness. I tried doing things to try and isolate where I might be, but nothing helped. So I decided to just focus my attentions on doing what I could. and I started concentrating on sorting things out in my head. Things are a little bit jumbled at the minute.
I don't know. All I know is I went to bed, and I woke up walking with the tiger people back to their camp. Everything in between that is a complete and total blur.
You squished into the wall, Azathoth. You did notice that something kind of poked at you in your pocket.
Kind of
As you reach down
snapping
for it,
out
you
of the
realize-
haze. I'll bring out the small needle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, I mean small. It's probably about yay big, and looks like it would hold ink. Could be a pen, could be a needle. Oh, actually, no. You know it's a tattoo needle, right? Because your people would know that.
oh. I got this. Maybe my reward for
What is it?
it's a needle.
Ah,
I just hold it out, like smiling.
you said it glitters slightly.
Yeah, it's beautiful red etching on it, a nice deep dark blood red, and the etching, and it's very finely made.
Okay,
Hmm.
so we vanish, and you're out stealing stuff?
I
And
didn't.
Wise wipes away a fake tear from his eye. I am so proud
I
of you.
no. It was just in my pocket. I didn't put it. Did I put it there? Ooh.
You picked it up. Don't you remember my
No,
acrobatics roll?
I know I put it there, but that's what Azathoth said because he's having some difficulty thinking clearly.
Azathoth, perhaps you should take the boot off and drink a little.
Yes, everyone feels better after a drink of some.
Wee!
Yes.
Look
Ah,
out,
Ukuma!
Ladar.
Friend Walrus,
Ah,
do you like ale?
okay.
I don't know. What's ale? Is she pretty?
Oh, sadness.
Sadness?
Sadness. Yeah, when we put all the things that would not be necessary for our long journey in the brain barrel. That would be my ale.
Also, Tally's reapplies his mage armor.
I don't have any ale.
Yes, probably Tully's.
Hey, mind if I take a look at that needle real quick?
I'm still holding it out in my hand.
I'll just reach out like. Just like
It's mine.
I'm just gonna tell you what it does.
Yeah, and I hold it out again, still like gripping it tightly in my fist.
Sure, as long I'll
You just need to
I'll
touch
take
it.
it in my stick it in my fingers. Have a look, and I will use my feature that lets me use a ritual cast as an action, and I will ritual cast Identify.
Alrighty. Have you already, Warbucks, have you put this as an
Uh,
item already?
I may not have.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I don't even have it in my compendium because I haven't bought Tasha's. But it's
Okay.
that.
It will make a magical tattoo.
How does one use it?
All right. So you essentially hold it to your skin, much as you would, and focus on it much as you would trying to sort of attune to the magics of any magic item, and it will apply a tattoo to you. You can expend some of the magic in it to be able to add sort of a deathly energy to your strikes.
Oh. Yeah.
also reaps that energy and restores some of your own health.
We are in the middle of a long rest, right? Or did we take a rest? What are we doing? I'm confused.
Plenty of rests every night. You got your long rest. Well, you sat still and got your rest.
Would
So,
anybody be
yes.
opposed if I use the needle?
No, I think as we continue with the trials, we might need whatever that thing gives you.
It also has the added benefit of if you're hit by something, you can
use,
expend
yeah.
some of the magic. Yeah, so that probably works better for you, because since you and Cairo are the ones that are likely to be taking more of the hits, and Cairo not really being particularly fond of maybe the deathly side of magic, it seems more attuned to your particular skill set.
So then I will hold the needle to my forearm over the course of the rest. And how big is the tattoo on this?
This one is
because I know, like, depending on the rarity,
legendary. 2 limbs in the torso. This is a legendary.
This is legendary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you would see the ink just kind of spread out over his arm, and it blacks out from his wrist halfway up to his elbow, and then you can just see it begin to spread out in these tendrils that look almost inky in nature until they converge at the center of his chest in a bleeding facsimile of a heart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Kara might not be particularly fond of that specific aesthetic.
So I just kind of look at it and at the new tattoos. I just kind of look up and smile at everyone and go,
All right, maybe we should move on to the next one.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This is
Get these over and done with.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Where do you want to go next? And like the other rooms, this has got, the elaborate carvings of winter scenes, winter tundra scenes and mountain scenes. And at the far end is the door with the large snowflake symbol on it.
Oh.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's my problem.
And just like the other hallways, I will search for traps just in case as I move in.
Mm-hmm. And you see no traps, but you do see a word written on the lintel above the doorway.
Yep. Nope.
Tally's walks in and just kind of says, "It is over me," and walks up to the wall. Are we all going in? I mean, we need to do all of this first, so...
It looks like... It doesn't look like Andwise wants any part of what's about to happen.
And is he just going to stay out here on your own? And, maybe wait here for like a week without anybody else?
Well, I don't like the thought of without a week.
Just go in.
Does she just open the door?
She has it. Well, she's coming up to do so. She is Villain is striding forward to do so, and the word above the doorway is.
Tally's will put an arm out to stop her and say, "Cairo's not in the room yet. Wait."
Pyro?
All right. Tallies will once again place a
Open
hand on the door.
Woo.
Okay. And as you do, your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice as I move you to map 16. Oh, thank you. Or as Warbucks moves us to map 16. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing at the edge of a camp, its tents holding fast against a raging blizzard. You just barely can see the camp, so the nearest of the tents through the whipping snow.
Just grabbing the template.
Yeah.
So, I guess we head towards the tents to see if anybody's around.
And as you move your way forward, you do find yourself coming up with there are people here. But they're sort of somber and somewhat quiet a little bit as they look at you with hostile expressions in their face. They do not move for weapons or anything. But they look at you with fear and hatred.
It's cracking. Everybody having a good time.
And a large man comes up
Hey there. So,
and looks at you.
so what do the other people who normally appear like this, all strange and whatever, usually do? Because we're new. I'm counting on your good nature to see us right.
And he looks at you. We are in desperate straits, and I have no doubt you will manage to make it worse.
Not what I asked, but okay.
So, how could we make it worse? Or how desperate are you at the current moment?
I'll tell you how desperate we are at the current moment. We are starving. We have no food. Our hunters are out in this blizzard somewhere and have not returned. We have already eaten the sled dogs. Do you want me to go on?
Yes, please.
He kind of gestures a hand. And there are 4 elders standing lined up just outside of a tent, looking resigned. Are you going to do the honors?
All right. So I've already explained to you that we're new and we don't know what's going on. How about you offer a little clarification?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, they want to eat the people. Can't you tell that? That's our favorite Harpnell of the Long Saddle Harpnells, of course.
Well, I guess. I mean, see, it's not something that I would usually think about. You know, we're not savages like you Arcane Brotherhood types. So we don't really think of eating people as a resource when, you know.
I would like to
Well,
say
he did say they
I
were
would totally eat a
desperate.
person. Yeah. Maybe not like my mom, but I mean, one of you guys. Yeah.
Tally's kind of gives Azathoth just a kind of a strange look, like, oh, no, okay.
Either
Just
do what you've
shuffles
come
like
to
half a
do or
step away.
leave. Leave us to our misery.
Okay, so you're gonna eat those people over there.
And a bitter, desperate look crosses his face.
Well, okay. I mean, do the other people that come through normally kill them?
It varies. As he looks down with his eyes closed.
When they don't kill them, what do they do?
Guys. I got it. I know how we win. If this one is anything like the first two, right? We have to experience what was written on the door, right? And this door, what did it say?
Cruelty.
That's right. Cruelty. So I think in order for us to get to the other side, all we have to do is nothing. Nothing. We let these people eat their friends, and then we walk away, and then they can be cruel to each other, and then we can move on.
I mean, that does seem logical, sadly.
Mhm.
I don't have a comeback for that, no.
Or, okay, all right. So, alternatively, we could also just butcher all of them, right? I mean, they're cannibals, so who cares about them? But maybe if we are the ones that are cruel, huh?
See, there you go again. Just wanting to point and stab things.
Yeah, pretty much.
So back to my question. When they don't kill the people, what do they normally do otherwise? The other people that
Turn their
come
backs and leave.
here. Okay. So we can either kill or we can not kill.
Seems about right. But it also sounds like they just, as Azathoth said, do nothing and then just sit there and that's it.
To be honest, I mean, doing nothing is the crueler thing because they have to kill their own. If we did it, I mean, we don't know them. So it would be a mercy for it to come from us and not them having to kill their own.
So you're saying in order to not be cruel, we must kill these people
Yep.
and go against what cruelty for this area should be. Got it.
So if we're trying to not be cruel, then we should be the ones killing the ones that need to die so that the others can live. If we're trying to be cruel, then we should do nothing and let them kill their own friends and family and whoever else.
You're hurting my head.
Endwise? Cairo? What are you two making of this?
Yeah.
I agree. It is mercy to put these poor souls out of their misery. Let us have their heads and be done with it.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
Because we need to be we need to be cruel. We need to let them do it.
I agree with Tallies. The cruel route is to make them do their own killing.
So we just hold
Very
the
well.
people down then and help
No,
them be
no.
cruel.
Yeah, maybe
No.
like cheer them on. I
No.
don't know.
No, we
We
hold
need
them
to
down.
we
That's
need to
mercy.
watch.
All right. Well, I mean, if we just need to watch them butcher their own people, and then we can get out of here, I'm for it.
I'll tell you what. You here, let's meet halfway. I say to the man that was talking to us. How many people need to die for you guys to be able to survive?
Or
Okay.
these elders of ours have volunteered as being at the end of their lives.
Have they passed on all their knowledge to the next generation? Otherwise, I say a big strapping guy like you should be the one to go because you would provide more subsistence. Potentially means less people have to die.
In times like these, a strong arm is more valuable than old bones. So,
For goodness
so-
sakes.
so-
And Beline steps forward and grabs the knife and starts towards the elderly people.
Holy shit.
all right, as she gets close to them, like so that she's like just at like the wall of where it would be.
Hmm.
I just drop a fireball on them, but it explodes like inches from her face. Like the wall, like the radius is inches from his face.
Uh-huh. And I did not have her sheet open for her to make a deck save.
No, she's
it'll
not in the
it'll be-
fireball.
She's not in the fireball. The
Oh,
edge,
she's
the
not in.
edge.
Okay.
She's
the
just
edge of the
close enough to
20-foot
feel the
radius.
heat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
However, if there are like other people within, like besides those four within that, like 20-foot radius, they're probably pretty crispy too.
Hey, guys.
Fireball
None of this
goes
is
off.
real. None of this is real. We can just murder them all without consequence.
As a thought, that's probably not true. No, because you remember you have that shiny needle thing that you brought back from the last place. That's probably not true.
He has a point.
And the others, as the
Why are
fire
you bringing this up post fireball?
dissipates and shows the charred remains of people lying on the ground.
I think they're perfectly cooked.
The
Bon
other
appetit.
tribesmen move forward in grief and start picking up the bodies. And as they do that, you find yourselves back
Oh shit, it worked?
in the room.
Tully just says, "Wow,
Yeah.
that was the easiest one."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not really that big a fan of killing people, but sometimes it just needs to be done, and I can't feel bad about it.
At least this time I didn't have to watch you all disappear and spend so much time alone. What?
Hey, where is it gone?
Where's what gone?
The
My
walrus.
ghosty boy.
Right here.
Oh yeah, I dragged it back onto the map. It is
So, one more door.
last but not least.
Did you go?
We did. We just have one more to do here, and then we can go through the door to the south there. Oh shoot! Hey, if we find any fish in the other area, maybe we should bring some back for Ukuma.
Squish! As you all get sort of shoved into the room with
Oh,
Ukuma.
I jump
Running
when
with
it
you.
starts sliding.
Tali's just kind of like sidles out of the way as it slams through his ghost, and as he moves away, Tali's will just kind of squeeze him around the corner.
Have fun. Whee!
Why did that ominously sound like he knew what's going on?
Maybe he does.
As you come up to the door this time, the word is damaged, and you only see the last part of it.
Shit!
Irvation. And that seems like a really good place to pause for tonight, and we will pick it up next time.
Shit!
Oh no! Come on! No! No! Let's go. Open the door. Open the door. Let's go.
Dude, can we speed run it in 30 minutes?
I feel you really want to.
I can't. I'm too tired.
Ah, there it is. All right, next week. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I hope you had fun. I had a blast. Definitely, probably in one of my top 3 games ever. That isolation trial was something. I hope you had fun. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in Discord. That's where you need to be if you want to get involved in a game yourself. And we'll see you next time.